Welcome back to Off the Record, where we talk about
whatever we want. We never fill the guests in. We just throw it on them, and they're just like trying to jump in.
That's the best part.
That is the best.
So we got Sham Booty back today. Long time no see.
I know.
Long time no see.
I felt offended. That's okay. We're here now.
I don't think I've seen you in like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Lots
I've seen you
changed.
more recently.
Yeah, I saw you recently, but it's been years since you were here.
Yeah. And I saw you hella recently.
Yeah, at your house.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you, really.
Yeah.
That's really what's happening.
Joe's the problem.
I'm always out of
I'm
town.
trying to avoid Joe, yeah.
I'm always out of town.
You had a baby.
Yeah,
I did have
lots
a baby.
changed.
She got married and had a baby.
Congrats.
That's crazy. How does it
I know.
feel?
It's awesome. You know what? I find that all the advice that I got that like, say goodbye to freedom, say goodbye to joy, say goodbye to sex, that hasn't been true. I mean, the sex part kind of. I can kind of see that a little bit
Just
more.
because you're tired, right?
It's like, you just don't, there's no time.
That's the thing, yeah.
By the time that the baby goes to bed at like 11, it's a rocking ass
Oh my
baby.
God.
Yeah.
Like she's like, we're up. Like if we're up, she's up.
Yeah.
And then we have somebody who comes and helps in the day.
That
so
helps
that
out.
person leaves at 5.
Why can't they stay till 11?
That would.
Yeah.
Bart, where you at?
Or family to help.
Yeah. So the person who comes and helps is my husband's brother.
Okay.
So her uncle is like there during the day to like help us out so we can still work. But then that would mean between like 5 and 11 she has to nap so that we can have time for sex.
Yeah.
That's
So you
it.
got scheduled sex?
Well, it can't because sometimes she doesn't like, she's not asleep.
Oh.
Or somebody like, you have some work to do because also like that's your time to like grind. So
Oh shit.
it's strict. It should actually make me hornier because
Because you're so stressed out and you need to get it out of your system.
Well, you know when you first move in with somebody, it's like the over access to sex almost makes it unsexy.
Yeah.
Pandemic sex.
Yeah.
Now that we only have specific times, it should actually make it more rushed. So
But it's
maybe-
not like that.
Because your mind's on other things because you're so busy and then you can't focus.
Can't focus on getting horny.
Yeah.
That's why you need to put it in your Google Calendar and invite your husband.
Horny time.
Get horny.
Via email and be like, yo, time for penetration or what's up? What are we doing?
And then you send an invite.
Yeah.
Accept, yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. And then maybe a different time.
That's
Yeah.
a sexy idea, guys.
That is a very sexy idea. That's a very sexy idea.
You romance the shit
We
out
have
of her.
zero sex.
But we love it. But we love that
we love the planning of it. That's what we're into.
If you put it on the calendar as spontaneous sex at 3 p.m., it is more spontaneous.
But then you show up, then you show up like 15 minutes late and be like, oh, I thought you were showing up.
But you know what though? Because you know how you get a calendar reminder like half an hour before?
Yeah.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Like you get a little pop up, you're like, oh, like not now, mom, and it's like get to fucking in 30 minutes, and you're like, oh, wow.
you can get a heat pad, right? Put it in the microwave and then warm your pussy up. So it's like I'm just getting warm.
Is that a technique? Is that something that people
There you
do?
go.
That's what chicks do. Yeah. That's what they do.
Isn't that thing, that rubber thing, when the water thing, when you're sick, you the water bladder?
Yeah, you put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, it comes out.
You gotta grab a towel, a hot towel, and pull it out?
Oh my.
You don't speak for all women. I think that's what they mostly do.
I do.
sex,
I do. They don't. I've never heard that before. I heard a lot of stuff. I've not heard that. And I love the fact that it's too hot for your hands, but just right for your pussy.
By the time it gets there, it's good to
That's
go.
right.
Yeah. It's a process. It's a process. It's the residual heat that's like, ooh.
What is the internal temperature for the vagina?
I'm going to say 98 degrees. Wouldn't it be?
Wow, very.
Would it be higher?
That's pretty good.
It feels higher than the rest of the body.
I think it would be higher.
It feels like
Usually
200.
It usually, yeah. Oh yeah. When I'm down there, buddy.
Hey, come on.
I don't think that's how homeostasis works. I think it's one temperature all around. I could be incorrect. I don't know if the heart is like the lava, like it's the hardest part of the body. I think we're all, is 98.6?
90.
Not when you put glove warmers in there.
97?
Do you want to look up?
98.
Oh,
Yeah, what is the
temperature?
temperature of the vagina during sex? 98.6.
I gotta do a test.
So
like,
even with the friction, it's not turning on fire?
I guess not.
Oh.
I knew I got it hotter than that.
Then how come my fingertips feel colder than my forehead?
See?
You know, we have a copious amount of people with penises here. I'd like to ask this question.
yes.
Please.
Ask away.
Have you noticed a difference? I mean, not in terms of smell, not in terms of likability, but in actual vaginas that you've entered? Mm-hmm. Different temperature?
Yeah. Well, not temperature, but like feeling. Yeah, for sure.
Different feeling?
Yeah, like some feel, I guess,
Tighter.
yeah, tighter, but not always a good thing.
Some come with more complaints.
Different shit.
That's the one he recognizes the most.
It's different shapes for sure.
Different shapes.
For sure, I could tell that like it's not the same.
It's like a U sometimes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It feels different inside for sure. I mean, I can't see what's going on in there, but I can tell a difference. Yeah.
So if the person you're having sex with right now, there was 3 vaginas lined up and you're blindfolded and you could just stick it in each one, you would know which one.
Probably not.
I'd have to try it. I'd have to try
I have
this.
to try it too.
Yeah.
And if they really want to confuse me, have like 3 mouths too. I'm just like, whoa, what's
Oh, I'm
happening?
disoriented. What's going on?
Whoa.
You know, I need 2 more. Actually.
But also, I don't think I'm always the same either. Like
Yeah,
how I feel.
That's true.
Oh, like sometimes you're harder, sometimes you're softer.
Some days you're a rock star.
Sometimes I'm more sensitive, and sometimes I'm
Sometimes you're a roadie.
less feeling.
We're not talking about performance. It's literally just once you go in.
It feels different.
Fit. Like putting on a shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, like as far as for me,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I think there's different.
I don't know if I could, yeah, and I don't know if I can pick like out of a
I
lineup
couldn't.
if I was blindfolded, but unless they're drastically different, maybe.
I don't know. I can't. I have to say I can't tell the difference.
I can tell.
I think like all the context that goes with sex, like the visual, knowing the other
Yeah.
person, the conversation you've had leading up to the sex, all that changes the way it feels. But I think just the fact that the penis going in and like feeling that, I feel like
It's very isolated. You know?
And some girls can Kegel harder than others.
Oh, I like that.
for sure. That is true.
I do like
Not all Kegels are made the same. My main, I guess, like tell is, I don't know if you guys if you go through a marathon of it, it starts to hurt or like it's more sensitive, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, ooh, that shit's like sensitive to the touch. And then so
I don't know
that's
what you're saying.
He's talking about after you come.
He gets abrasions on his dick. That's what he's pretty much saying.
No, like okay, like when
Like
you fuck
rugworm
like
in the
multiple
pussy?
times a day.
Yeah.
Like or like during the week, if you just in a new thing, you're so excited, you don't even want to fuck anymore, but you're just fucking, right? And then like the skin around the head feels more raw. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but it feels more sensitive and it hurts actually.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Like if you come like even like 3 times in a day, then it's really like,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're doing it.
It's just like
That's when I can tell the real difference because like if the girl is more loose and wet, it feels better because it's not so much friction. But then if she's super tight and not as wet, it hurts.
This book that I was reading said that there's no such thing as a bomb-ass pussy. So people should stop saying that, being like, I have this bomb-ass pussy. They're like, men can't tell the difference. It's all the exact same. Your pussy is
Really?
not what makes you a rock star.
Yeah.
But maybe is there such thing as a bomb-ass pussy where you're like, that was
Like with the person just not doing
just
in
the
it anything.
actual
just the
vaginal
vagina.
canal.
I feel like what you said, you probably. I don't think any of us can tell the difference, really.
Not being a shithead, being honest. I think that my wife is like the tightest one that I've had.
Tight.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
You ever had my wife?
Right here. Yeah, so that
Yeah, showed you, Steve.
and I didn't know that until I got with her particularly. Like it's like a normal, like maybe it's like a rookie of the year situation.
That's
I don't know.
Rookie of the year.
Like I don't know what the fuck's going on down there. Like maybe there's something actually happening down there that I don't know about. But it's a very, very tight situation, which I like.
Yeah, but I also think that there's a physical aspect of it, and there might be an emotional one where you're just so hyped up to finally be in, or like you care about her so much that when you go in, you're just like, oh my god, it only took me 3 seconds. I just couldn't last.
But I didn't at first. That's the only thing.
Oh,
like our
yeah,
first
yeah,
time,
yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, I'm in love with this chick or that.
But that happens though. At least in my experience, it does happen where like there's an emotional aspect of
Yeah.
like the hype of I fucking like her so much, I just made me nut in 3 seconds.
Yeah. There's a both.
So then I don't know if it's physically better because it might just be like psychological.
I just
don't
remember
know.
noticing because I had just been with another person and then I was with my now wife and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like that's all. I
Oh,
just
so it
remember
was
that.
bomb-ass pussy.
It was bomb's pussy.
Bomb ass
Even without
pussy.
her moving, if she just laid there.
She was
Just the
laying
way,
there.
just the shape of it.
That's it.
Awesome.
It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Today's video is brought to you by Upstart.
Upstart can help a lot of people out there. You know, these days, if you've already had those credit cards with like the 0% APR and now it shoots up because sometimes they only last for 6 months to a year, you might have a ton of credit cards out there and you're like, oh no, I'm getting crushed by all these APRs and I can't manage all these credit cards. Well, you can use Upstart to help lower your monthly payments by consolidating all of that into one payment at one interest rate.
You know, APR also sounds like annual punishment rate.
Oh, it does.
Because the rates that some of these credit card companies charge you is like 20-something percent, 16%. Like, that's a lot. I don't know how I was able to ever get my freaking payments down because that was so much money. And if you're just paying the minimums, you're gonna be paying for a lifetime.
Long time.
So it's awesome that there's companies like Upstart out there. It's awesome that Upstart exists because it only takes 5 minutes to see if you qualify for the loan or not. And they use other criteria beyond your credit score to judge if you can qualify for the loan or not, such as your employment, your education, and other things that make you a whole human being. And boom, when you get this, you could get it like the next business day and it's up to $50,000.
And that's my favorite part because a lot of times when you're in a pinch, you can't wait like a week or you can't wait a month for underwriting for like a normal loan to happen. It does take time to get your money sometimes. Or even if you're trying to apply for a credit card, it takes 2 weeks for them to send it to you. And so if you're in a pinch and you need it tomorrow, Upstart is a good way to get some money to help you out, whatever your situation is. So go check it out, upstart.com/offtherecord to see if Upstart can help lower your monthly rate or give you money that you might need to help benefit your life. But your actual loan amount will be determined by your credit score and your income and also the other information that you do put in on your application. So go check it out. Go to upstart.com/offtherecord.
I don't even know if like that's biologically true if like if women their canal is different.
Well, I know
size.
Kegels can actually do.
don't
some
know.
Well, there's
Oh,
obviously a difference because people can get this. It's not surgery anymore. You can get treatment done to get it tighter.
Yeah.
And you can get treatment done to actually get more lubrication. So I know that there is a difference.
Really?
But a lot of people have been like, to be honest with you,
They can't tell.
you can't really tell the difference. Like, if there's a difference in sexual performance, it usually is associated with oral or flexibility or how much they're into it. But like the actual, because you know what penis is, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
So you could feel, could you spot your husband's penis out of a bunch of the other ones? Like as soon as it goes in?
Yes, I could.
You could feel the difference.
I could. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my wife this question.
I think then the difference is there, but it's slight. I'd say it's not like, you know, like I've seen pornos where the guy looks like he has a fucking, you know, third leg or something. And I'm like, how do you have a baseball bat?
Yeah.
You know, and that's a huge difference. But I don't know if girls have that drastic of a difference. Yeah.
I've seen
It's
pornos
like-
where a guy has like, I think it's like a baseball bat. The way that you put it was like you've been through some shit.
He's like reminiscing about it. Like
It was like a war story.
I even saw one in real life, man.
Fuck.
At the spa, at the Korean spa.
Yeah.
All right.
You know how everyone's naked?
Yeah.
And I saw this guy, he was sitting on like, you know, there's a laying area and then there's like a small little, like, I guess, what do you call it? Like a curb that you can kind of sit on,
Okay.
right? So he was kind of squatting.
His dick was touching.
His balls were fucking touching the ground and his dick, dude.
Oh, wow, the whole thing.
I was like,
Good for him.
How
huh?
close is he to the ground though? He's squatting like over, like very close to the ground.
no, I mean like, imagine like, yeah, I mean, imagine you're just on a full
okay.
squat, but you're
Okay,
kind of
that's
sitting on like a small little thing, right? And it was just laying there. And I was like, wow, mine doesn't do that.
But he could be a shower. That could be maximum for him.
that's true.
That could be the it.
But though some people showing it's like
It's still bigger than my growing up.
when you go to like
Wow.
the spa, right? They give you a hand towel, and there's this guy who's holding a hand towel and he was covering it, but it wasn't covering that much. And you're just like, fuck, I need to put on a fucking stethoscope. Like, breathe in.
Get the
Like,
blood pressure pump.
that's just crazy. You're like, whoa, it's like
Must be nice, huh?
a gopher.
Is that like your new research right now? You're trying to see
know
if
what?
sizes are different for women?
I just came off of a show that I worked on this week, and it's called X-rated. So the premise is you would come on and we would issue a survey to 10 of your exes and ask them 21 questions about your sexual performance and your intimate performance.
Oh shit.
And then you would get like the cumulative rating from all.
It's like a Yelp review for sex.
Yes.
That's so
kinda
invasive. Yeah.
So you gotta call your exes and let them, hey, I'm on this show.
Yes.
And
What if you don't have 10 exes?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's not just exes. It's
Oh.
one night stands. It's someone that you just made out with.
Well, you
It's
don't
a
keep
person who
track of these
friend zoned
people.
you.
Can you tell a couple of them to go fuck themselves for me?
That's if you win. That's
You
what they
better
say.
hope that all of them left on good terms and stuff.
Right?
They're just gonna
Do
destroy your
damage,
ass.
dude.
Damn, that must be crazy. I bet people get shredded on there.
It
huh?
was rough.
Do you remember though? Like, I don't remember most of my ex's sex performance.
Well, I have one ex I know that just fucking hates me still. Probably.
You think they would spite rate you?
They would no matter what. Yeah.
Do you think it's like, is the pussy bomb? The pussy's not bomb.
Manila envelope.
That is wrong. And everyone in the audience is like, oh.
That's a good show.
That's exactly
a
what
good
happens
show.
though, because it's like you rated yourself a 10, your exes said a 2. And it's like that.
How do they react? What do they do?
They're
Some
like,
people
"No."
nervously laugh. Some people are just like, but then people go, the thing that's so important is you have to survey multiple. Because if it's just one person, they discredit that person.
Yeah.
So you got to remind them and be like, hey, this is not just that one ex.
For me, it's like, I got
9
the
motherfuckers agreed.
For me, I'm
the
like,
pussy's not bomb.
I got the best fucking dick, 100,000%. And then like, that is not the best dick. And I'm like, Maury, I'm like,
I want to see that, dude. Oh, but we gotta do it like Judge Judy style.
Yeah.
Where we have a mean ass lady in court just telling you,
I'm leaving, dude. I'm out.
dude, that'll be.
And they'll have to run after me with the camera. And I'm in the back.
Oh yeah.
So wait, what's your role in it? You.
I was an expert on it. So I just came out to like help somebody who ego was deflated. And it's like, hey man, we figured out that you need some help in this area.
I mean, you can improve.
I mean, I tried. Sometimes it just wasn't possible.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the most common one that you saw that people like? You got weak dick. Like, what was their most common?
Foreplay was the weakest score for people. You know what it is? Because people's definition of foreplay is so different.
From person to
So
person,
some
right?
people were like, I'm fucking incredible at foreplay. And someone was like, you spat in my ear. That's not.
Different flavors.
Not my
Yes.
top 3 moves. Not my top 3 moves.
Yeah.
You gave me a noogie, dude. What the fuck?
Well, spitting in the mouth is very trendy right now, too.
Spitting in the mouth.
I could see that more than spitting
That's
in the
a
ear.
very-
You know?
Ear is weird though. That's like.
Is that done like centrally or is that done aggressively? Like what is spitting in the mouth?
Not
Like what does
that.
look
Is it like, is it a degrading thing? It's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Or is it like
You
means
probably
like you're
spit
trying-
with that energy. I don't
Okay.
think you say it.
But just
I see
in
it.
the
Sorry.
ear
Yeah.
is a weird like recipient area.
Yeah, just for anything in general.
I got
Just
bad
stay
at
away
dirty
from
talk. I got bad at it.
Do you like ear stuff?
it. No.
No?
My lady does. She doesn't do anything with ear
That
stuff.
thing's hard, dude.
Yeah.
Is it harder? Like harder
No,
than,
it's like physically hard.
harder than normal?
Yeah. You want to touch it?
I do.
There's this side.
Oh my gosh,
And
it's
then this
shocking.
one is like.
Now you got it.
Oh my god, it's like a
Now you're gonna grow it.
Just don't touch your
Ew.
ear.
You're gonna grow a little dumpling in your ear. You're welcome.
that was unexpectedly hard.
Is it like cartilage now?
I don't know what it is.
That's
dude.
classy.
If you get punched, does it hurt? It does, right? Or hurt more? I should
No, actually not. But when I do this, like, when I just grind on people like that, they don't. That's not very
say.
nice.
That kind of hurts me, dude.
It does, right?
Dude, but you look like, man, you look like you're ready for war, though.
Nah, I'm not. That's the thing.
You
that's
are.
that's
You
the
are.
sad part. When I worked at Giant Rockets and this ear was all fucked up, but this one was normal. People would ask me how I fought, and I didn't want to like. I'd be like, I was born with it. I would just tell them I was born with it, and then they'd be kind of uncomfortable, and they'd be like, oh.
You don't like to show off, huh?
Why wouldn't you say I fought?
Well, because it's like a whole thing, like talk about it, and it's like,
Why?
You don't like talking about it?
You don't like getting clients?
no, this is before I was even coaching people.
Well, I get it. Like you have to repeat the same story over
It's
and
not
over
just that.
and
There's a
over.
weird thing that happens when people find out.
Oh, they want to fight you?
Fighters are so humble, dude.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just
What
like
is it?
people are just fucking annoying. That's what it is. People are
What's annoying about it?
So it was one guy. I was at the beach and this guy was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey," and he goes,
You're
"What's your?"
still wearing your Johnny Rockets clothes?
Yeah, always. And he goes, "What's your style, man?" And I'm like, "What?" Like what kind of a fucking
You should
question
have
is
said
that?
80s new wave.
Yeah, oh, fuck. See, that's what I wasn't prepared for that type of stuff.
Oh, okay. But next time you will.
People always go on this like weird tirade of like, oh yeah, I used to fight too, man, back in the day, you know, and it's just like, oh,
You have to listen to their story.
fuck off.
Oh, because they just want that bro connection.
Yeah, and it's like that's cool, man, you know, but a lot of the times they're kind of assholes sometimes. Some of the times.
But it's a great cheat. It's a great hack because if I'm at a bar, I'm fucking drinking, I'm drunk off my ass, I want to pick a fight with somebody, I'm like, nope. Yeah, you baby. Yeah, looks good. Okay, looks good.
Let's tango.
Like, hey, come here. I'm serious.
Yeah. Whoa, no. I'm not
All right,
trying
so
to get in
we
there.
know either get cauliflower ears or get arms like Bart.
Yeah. Have you seen his butt though? This dude got a fat
You
old
got an
butt.
incredible butt.
You got a dumper on this
You
guy.
got a donk.
What happens? Would you fight a guy with a big old fat ass? I wouldn't.
Only
I'll
if I,
sit on you.
only if I get it if I win.
Can you imagine some guy step up to you? He goes, "All right, I'm fighting for that ass. I get your ass."
Hey, we're playing for pinks, dude.
And you're like, all right,
Hey,
deal.
not my pick.
That's a good stipulation. I'll sign up for that. Yeah. Let the best man win.
Now that you're training, though, do you tell people that you're a fighter?
Well, I used to. I stopped fighting.
You also help to normalize. You know what? I had that same problem with what I do for a living. That I used to have a different answer because every time I say that I'm a sexologist, it was always this big thing.
Yeah.
And people get weird about it too.
Yeah.
But then I realized I'm helping to normalize the field. And then so the next person that they meet who's into the sex education field, they're like, oh, I know somebody who I met like that.
That's an interesting take on it.
I never thought of it that way because I get it a little bit where people are like, hey man, do you lift? And then I used to say, oh, I love lifting or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, I used to bench like 500 in high school. And then kind of the same type of annoying people. I'm like, oh no, not really. And they're like, oh, okay, all right, you don't lift? I'm like, nah. And then that way it ends. So I avoid
Doesn't
the
it
whole.
end confusing?
You look at this guy, bro.
I was born that way.
You lift? Nah.
But I'm also trying to avoid those weird conversations
Yeah.
where like I don't care about like if you're here to put like Spectrum internet in my house, I don't need to know that.
But
you
you're not
bench
trying to collect
500.
gym members? You guys are the worst business people
bad.
I've
Well, I
ever
don't
met.
know. It's just
And that's
like
way better small talk than the weather. That's way more
That's
interesting.
true.
I'd rather like shit on our wives or something, you know? Like
Yeah.
Boy, it really
This is where he goes, bro.
sucks to have people come up to you and go, man, you must lift a lot, huh? Really, it must be hell.
You talk about the thing that you love all day long. That seems like it's pretty rad.
Damn, now that you're explaining it that way, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
That's why they're horrible businessmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, hey, I have a gym. No, it never happens. That's a sign.
I
right
coach people how to fight, but I don't
there. No, it
fight.
doesn't happen. And Shay's like, yeah, I'm a comedian. Everyone's like, oh, well, okay, all right. Guess I could have been into his business, but no.
I was looking for a gym. Fuck.
I don't know where to go.
Can I ask you, wait real quick? Social security numbers, how high are they now? Because you just had a baby. Are they in the nines yet?
Oh, I don't know the answer to this question.
You don't know your
Just-
child's social
Why would I
security?
memorize the
Do
baby social security
go
number?
up by that?
They go up by the
numbers?
year.
They have to,
Do
right?
they?
Wait, what?
Dude.
I thought you were Canadian.
I am.
Shit.
She doesn't have the same numbers as us.
No, I do. I immigrated. I can be
really?
here. Yes.
Oh.
Please still pay me. It's legal.
We're gonna check.
Okay.
I'm gonna call a guy.
Are you, do you have a green card?
Yes.
Oh.
Then you get a social security number after you do that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just like you.
Will you let me know? Because I'm genuinely curious.
Okay.